Hey y'all, welcome back to Trendy DIY 29, back with another video. Sorry it's been a while since I made a video. It just hasn't been that much action. As you guys know, in the fall we tend to have less sunlight, which means the plants grow way slower. So it takes a little bit of time to get some action going on to show you guys. So I've been battling a pest issue, believe it or not. Even though it's cold, I thought that it would be good, but I'm having a pest issue. I've been spraying down my garden. I want to say with Garden Safe. It's an organic pesticide, but we've been getting a lot of rain, so it's just washing it off. So you're going to see some damaged stuff, but I'm just show you guys how everything's been growing. Right here, guys, is some spinach. And this is what I don't like about sometimes growing stuff, is because you guys can see some stringy stuff. I don't know if this is grass that's growing in here or if this is part of what this plant is supposed to do. Just like this right here, I don't know what this is. So I know that these are spinach leaves, but I'm not sure what these are. So that's why you have to be careful. When all in doubt, throw it out. So if I don't know, I'm just going to only eat the leaves that I know. But as you guys can see, that's been in there for over a month or 2 months, and it's really no growth. Down here, my black seeded Simpson lettuce. As you guys can see, there's no lettuce in here. And I've planted it multiple times. These are weeds, so I could pull those up. But none of this is lettuce. So I'm just going to have to dig all this out and probably put something else in. But it's really starting to annoy me because I put lettuce in almost 2 or 3 months ago. I should have had a full head of lettuce by now. So I'm truly believing that it's the birds. I think the birds is coming out here and they're eating everything. Like, I don't like this, guys. Like, I don't know what this is. You get what I'm saying? Like, I see spinach in here, but why is it grass? Last time I checked, leave it in the comments, guys, if I'm actually throwing out spinach, if this is actually normal. But I've grown spinach, and I don't remember seeing this stringiness coming through. So I feel like it could be potentially grass seed that's getting in here by way of animals. I don't know what that is, so I'm just going to rip that out. That could have been a plant, guys. This is why it's really good to learn what your plants look like. That's taking out too much soil. But I just want to rip these out. You want to rip them out at the root to make sure it don't come back. Just trying to get as much of this grass looking stuff out of here, because you don't want your plants to have to compete with anything. It's bad enough it's not enough sunlight. So what I might do is drop some more spinach seed down there, but this is not doing good. I'm very disappointed, guys, if you can hear it in my voice, about the fall garden, because I actually got out here, planted a lot of stuff, and nothing's really happening. Right here we got my roquette arugula. And then you got some stuff in here like this. I know that this is chamomile, because chamomile was planted in here before. So I'm just going to pull the chamomile out. It's not a big deal. I could have left it in, but I want this to be all one plant so I can keep up with growth. Got leaves in here, acorns in here, guys. And arugula is one of my favorite things to put on sandwiches and to put in salad. And this arugula has been in for 2 months. Nothing. Like, this is just crazy. So I'm probably going to go crazy with the fertilizer. Right here, guys, is my my Swiss chard. As you guys can see, something's eating it. Look at this. Just look at this, guys. It's just, this is very discouraging. I had a pest person come out because I did see a rodent out here. So the pest people came out. They found a hole, they treated the hole or whatever, but I'm not dealing with anything really eating the plants. It's just that when you see anything in your garden, get with it immediately. Here goes I want to say that these guys are my collards, but it could be cabbage. I'm not sure. I have to go check in my book, because everything in here should be but you guys can see there's some holes, but this was way worse. I literally cut this thing down completely because it was just so much damage. Back here, guys, look at all the damage that's on these leaves, so they need to be sprayed down. This is my celery. This is the only thing that's not being attacked, guys. It's doing perfectly fine is the celery. Look at these small, down here, you guys can see. These are the little small, that is the red Russian cabbage that's in there. I'm just pulling out weeds and leaves, guys. But you don't necessarily got to pull out a lot of leaves. The leaves will break down and put nutrients in your plants. I just don't like too many leaves to be in here. So you guys can see this is really damaged. This is very damaged. Normally when I see something like this, I'll shut it down completely. Get rid of the majority of the leaves that are damaged, like I might as well do now. And you just want to go through your plant. It's going to grow back. It's going to take a little while, but why leave it there? And it could potentially be an insect on here that you guys just may not see. So you allow him to continue to destroy your garden. So just take the leaves off. And you'll be shocked that sometimes when you just remove the leaves, a lot of the problems fix themselves. We've been having 40-degree nights, guys. It's been a little cold. So I believe we're going to have a really bad winter. So what I think I might start doing, like these are okay because they're established. But as you guys can see, my little red Russian, another red Russian, they just won't grow. I'm really getting frustrated. For some reason this year is just weird. This is not like I grew plants, big beautiful ones. If you guys look in my old videos, you guys will see the beautiful collards, the big giant beautiful collards and kales that I grew last year. So I don't know what is going on with this, but don't let this discourage you. I'm not going to give up. You guys, if you're having the same problem, don't give up, because all of this is just a learning thing. So once we learn how to take care of our plants, each year is going to get better. So just don't let this discourage you. You want to look out for spider webs. Sometimes spiders can actually help because they'll eat your pests, but these are not that damaged. So, that's okay. I don't want to spend too long on one plant. I just want you guys to see that there's hope. If your stuff is getting damaged like mine, that white butterfly is finally gone. So like I said, you guys should be taking your notes, because she's one of the biggest pests in the garden. She left in October. So she left, I didn't see exactly when she left, but I know she was here in September. So I know that October is around the time that she leaves. There's a lot of crowding of plants in here. Maybe it's because they're not getting enough sunlight. I don't know. But to me, this looks like definitely some type of flea beetle or white fly or something that's going on, because this is ridiculous, guys. If you guys notice how many pieces of these leaves I'm just taking off, there's no point. They're damaged. The plant needs to put his energy not into trying to regrow these jacked up leaves, but it needs to restart over again. So I'm trying to force this plant, getting rid of his damaged leaves, so that it will just start to thrive, start to thrive and grow me some more leaf growth. So I cleared that out, guys. I'm sorry it was 8 minutes on this one part of the garden, but I knew it was going to be some issues. I tend not to come out here every day like in the summertime, but if you guys want to grow something that's very easy, look how big and beautiful this rosemary has gotten. And rosemary, what I've learned, it will last for at least 2 years, sometimes 3 years. Before it will die and you have to replant it. But this rosemary was put in this past summer. It will make it through the winter. When it snows, everything, you will still be able to come out here and get rosemary. Rosemary is really good if you live in a colder area. Like I get real winters where I live. So rosemary is something that's really good. You could add a lot of flavor to your dishes. And here, guys, this is my pak choi. And I want you guys to see. But look how damaged it is. And I've been spraying. I got a lot of grass in here too. It's just ridiculous a little bit, people. Like, I try my hardest to not to complain, because I know that this is just, you got to work with nature. You got to find a way that you and nature can work together. I try not to get too angry, because these insects in nature is just doing what it's supposed to do. You know, you can only get but so mad. Insects gotta eat too, right? So you know that they gonna come to eat because you got food. They will be fools to let themselves starve. I've learned also close to the drip irrigation, you'll get a lot of weeds. But I'm getting a lot of this grass right here, guys. And this is what I don't want, because this can compete with the plants that you want to thrive and you want them to grow. Just make sure you're ripping it out by the root, being careful not to disturb roots of any other plant. You want to try to get it out as good as you can. And like right here, guys, I don't know what's going on with this is. So I don't know if I should leave it, because I planted some Paris Island lettuce, but as you guys can see, I'm just not having any luck with lettuce. And usually lettuce is the easiest thing to grow, is lettuce. And then I see more stuff. Like, look how chewed up this is. This is just ridiculous. And it's to the point that I'm thinking about actually trying to look into building a... Sorry guys, my phone got full. Like, ever since I've been doing YouTube, I'm losing a lot of storage. So I gotta figure that out. But as you guys can see, this is just terrible. Like, when you take your time and you grow all of this stuff, and it's growing all weird, like up out of the ground. It's like growing leggy. It's an issue. I left this out here just because it's basil, not a big deal. Bees are pretty much gone now, but I left something for the bees. But I'm probably gonna rip all this basil out. I may dehydrate it. I grow so much basil that I really feel like there's no point to dehydrate. And I want you guys to see, look at this nasturtium. You see that? This nasturtium, my nasturtiums are all the way over here. Here go my nasturtiums. Nasturtiums are vining plants. So you guys see how these nasturtiums are? It literally threw a vine all the way across. You see that? Over the lavender, over here into the flower, into the tomato. Like, nasturtiums will travel. So it will probably be a beautiful plant if you want to try to trellis it up something. These are the beautiful flowers I grew last year. Never got a flower. Don't understand why. Never did. These are some carrots. This is the echinacea. I cut down some of it. I'm going to come out later off this video. I'm going to take all of these small leaves and dry these out because it could be used for medicine. And I'm just going to cut this plant down. Nasturtiums will come back. I mean, echinaceas will come back. They're perennials. Right here, I have a cabbage. The cabbage is doing actually pretty well. And then around here, this is all broccoli rabe. So hopefully the broccoli rabe will start to give me little shoots of broccoli soon. But you guys can see this is really not doing that great. Back here, I have some red onions that were planted by seed like last spring or last summer. I put them in there. So planting, I would not recommend trying to plant onions by seed just because of just how much, how long they take. I just want to pull this out. You guys can see, like, ever since I've hooked up drip irrigation, one thing I will say, the weeds are way worse. It's just like everything is growing somewhere. Everything is just literally out of control. Like, plants that I didn't plant are growing everywhere because it's just birds poop. They drop seeds. They travel. They drop stuff, and then it grows. This is the pepper plant, guys. The chili pepper plant. And I'm going to be freezing a lot of these, drying a lot of these. So we're just going to try to get... And you guys can see they're starting to actually dry on the pod. And I'll probably get them a little blanket, bring it out here to cover them with. But I'm going to test my ability of overwintering. I've been doing a lot of research on that. And they basically say that you can overwinter your plants. Just cut them down, keep them watered until the spring and put them back outside and they'll start to produce. Because peppers take a while to produce. So I don't know if anybody have grown peppers. You'll realize you only get but a few before the season is over. Because they take a while to really get going. So I'm just literally, guys, going through my chili peppers. So I'm shocked just because I felt like, okay, fall garden is going to be easy. It's going to be simple. Because last fall, I had collards, kales. Yeah, I dealt with some whitefly issues and stuff like that. But I was literally coming out here cooking greens all the time out the garden. But I'm not getting anything substantial. But that's why it's good to test different, try out different techniques, plant different plants in different parts of your garden, in different containers. Plant some up high, some down low. You never know what could be causing the issues of your peppers. Like some of these is just rotted or molded, as you guys can see, or just dried out. I'm trying to get all the peppers that I can, guys. Because this plant, what I'm going to do is cut it down. And you see all of these green peppers? I'm just going to take those too. There's no point to try to wait for them to turn red. I'm just going to take them. They're green chilies. I got red chili, green chili. That's how they get all these different colors in the grocery store, guys. It's the same plant. The majority of the time, it is the exact same plant. And they just leave, the longer you leave it on the plant, the more different colors that you can get. Same thing with bell peppers. Leave it on the plant long enough, you'll get yellow, you'll get green, you'll get red, you'll get orange. It's all about the maturity of the plant. I used to actually buy seeds, and this is what they do in the store, guys, for people that they don't know what they're doing. They will literally sell you guys a pack of seeds that say red peppers, a pack of seeds that say green peppers, a pack of seeds that say mixed variety. But then when you actually start growing them, you realize, like, oh crap, the green peppers, the red peppers, the yellow, I could have got all of those off of whatever pack I brought. It doesn't make a difference. Buy regular green peppers, you'll get red, you'll get yellow, you'll get all of those colors. The green ones are a little bit harder to see. They blend in. But guys, look how much peppers is on here. You want a productive pepper plant and it actually lasts, I would definitely recommend growing this. This is the hot chili red pepper. I was on Baker Creek last night. I ordered their Baker Creek 2022 seed catalog. I am extremely excited to get it in the mail. There's a lot of new stuff there. A lot of stuff is sold out already. So if you didn't already buy it, seeds or whatever for next year, buy them now. Because there's definitely going to be a seed shortage this year. It was a seed shortage somewhat last year. It was only like kind of the stuff that most people don't necessarily care to grow, or just no fun varieties were really available. So I want you guys to really think of that. I can't believe I'm picking peppers this long. Like, shoot. So this video, guys, just bear with me. It may be a little long. You guys know I like to talk. But I also owe you guys a video. It's been a few weeks. I've just been busy. And I just want to make sure I'm getting as many, it's so many peppers. When I think I'm almost done, I find more. And what I'm going to be doing is probably freezing these, dehydrating some, freezing some. I was thinking about going on Amazon and trying to buy one of those fermenting jars to try to ferment some hot sauce, but not sure yet. I'm even taking these little tiny baby ones. There's no point. I'm about to cut this down, take it in the house. But before you take a plant in the house, guys, make sure you spray it down with neem oil. You spray it down with whatever you have. But this is all the peppers that I got off this plant. There's actually more peppers on here. I just was trying to get as many as I can. And it's literally still producing peppers, which I think is hilarious. Little tomato experiment, guys, that I'm doing over here. Not going too well. I just wanted to see how long this tomato was actually going to thrive and try to grow. And if you guys see, it's put on baby tomatoes. Nowhere near the size, but there goes a nice size one. Nothing's really turning red. I think there's blight going on and stuff, so might need to come out. The marigolds, guys, they're dying. They're hung over, so all of this needs to be ripped out. New seeds need to be put in. I have more celery, more red cabbage, and another cabbage that obviously insects been eating. The beans are done. I'm just letting them dry out, guys. Look how big these are. I got more up there. They got rust and stuff. It's cool. I'm just letting them dry out. And then I'm going to get those big beans out of there, and we're going to replant those. So I'll have extra beans because I really, really love this Kentucky Wonder Bean. I love the size of them, and they grow pretty well. I just planted them late, so I only got a few handfuls, and that was it. the nasturtiums. You guys can see the peppermint. Peppermint is just going to live forever. Peppermint doesn't care. I have lavender, which I'm thinking about cutting all this lavender, bringing it in. Yeah, it's a little bit somewhat. I don't know if these, where lavender seeds are. I want to say that maybe these are the seeds, because usually it's in the dried pods. So they still smell really good. So I'm probably going to cut all of this stuff down, dry it out even more in my dehydrator, and make some lavender bundles for smudging or powdered incense, whatever. As you guys can see, they're dying too, the marigolds. Lots of stuff that I grew in here. I had golden acre cabbage, and I don't know what this is, guys. Just look at this. It was cabbage. There's some cabbage in here, you guys can see. But there's mushrooms growing in here. That's another problem I'm having. Mushroom overload. As you guys can see, wind knocked one of my plants over. But what I might do is just dig out these golden acre cabbages, and then, or I might just dig out all of the extra stuff that's growing around it. This is just ridiculous. Right here, guys, I have my peas. These are sugar snaps. I started a while ago. Birds will destroy this. So basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to train them up here, and this is being way easier said than done. Because as you guys can see, it doesn't really want to go. Then the ones that came up, they're not necessarily that long. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get these beans to grow. And the only thing you can do is really help them out, tuck them in, and just hope that they will grab on. The little tendrils normally reach out and find something. I try to just wrap it around. Even if you don't get peas, you can eat the pea shoots, and they're absolutely delicious. So I laid them over there. I don't know how I'm going to get them to grab on. This was the tomato I ripped out when I was showing you guys. I ripped it out because I wanted the space to plant something else. And then the tomatoes, they'll just start to turn. There's only 2 on here. Not a big deal, but who can say they're eating tomatoes fresh off of a plant in November? So we got 2. Wasn't expecting to get any. Here goes some water. I believe that came. That's how much it's been raining, guys. Look how much it filled up. Okay. Guys, believe it or not, this is the Black Beauty zucchini. And guess what? There goes a zucchini. Like literally, my plant is growing zucchinis. And it's 40-something degrees. I have a coat on, guys, look. And there's zucchini on here, which is amazing. There's only 1 zucchini. I did see plenty more try to come up. Look how the freaking stock, guys, is spiral. Look how tall this thing got. And there's a lot of seed heads and flowers in this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and take this little baby zucchini. I think I should take it. What do you guys think? Or maybe I should just leave it here. Right here, guys, was red ace beets. As you can see, nothing has came up at all. Over here, these are potatoes. As the potatoes grow, you can see I have some potato leaves. I just got to keep filling it in with dirt. Hopefully I get some potatoes. These are the red cabbages. They're doing lovely. This is a Bonnie hybrid cabbage. A little bit of damage in the center, so I'll just take that leaf off. But it's doing okay. I want to spread this down, guys. And look at the peas that I planted a while ago. They're growing up. They're growing onto this little trellis. And like I told you guys, I just tuck them in. Let Mother Nature do the rest. I put these stakes in, but as you guys can see, they're not interested in climbing these stakes at all. So I just wrap them around and hope for the best. But look at all of those pea plants, how tall they're getting. And what I mean by you can eat the shoots, you can eat, where is it? You can eat, let me go around back. little freaking watermelon that is not going to ever grow. I might as well just take him off and cut him open just to be curious what's in the inside. But look at how this tomato is thriving. Look at this. Look at this, man. It's crazy. This is my one tomato plant that fell. So let me try to pick him up, put him back up on the stand for you guys to see. But look how big this tomato is. And this is the Cherokee Purple. So the Cherokee Purple has outdone all the other ones. Look at these big tomatoes, guys, down here. Look at this. So it's amazing. And I just like to try to lay it on something to let it hang up off the ground. Look how big these are. Even more big tomatoes, guys. And it's huge, so I just like to just stick it through this fence or my little trellis thing just to give it something to hold on to. But look at that, man. I feel like, look, this is so productive now that it's cold. I'm just waiting for a little bit of blushing to occur, which I don't see. And you can see we have this one over here. I want to say that this was a beefsteak. So the beefsteak is doing bad. But these Cherokee Purples are out of this world. Look at that, man. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we got 13 on 2 plants, which is a lot. And we come down here to my eggplant, which is very confusing. All the research I did on eggplants, people talked about how much it hates to be cold. And it's literally still putting on flowers. And my one friend, she has an eggplant too. She's like, yeah, it's putting on flowers, but it's not producing anything. But I want to show you guys this. That's going to be an eggplant. It's starting to produce. Look, it's so many on here. So what I'm going to do is go out to Home Depot and get this either a frost blanket. And look, it's even starting to grow a new one. So I'm going to get this a frost blanket and I'm going to try to take care of it because it's a very prolific plant. It wants to be prolific all of a sudden, which is crazy. So I'm going to try to take care of it and just see how long can I let my eggplant live. So you guys see, I do have a few cabbages. I have some peas, yeah, the cabbages, I don't think they're going to be ready by Thanksgiving. They're just slow. This is like covered in, some of this has powdery mildew and stuff on it. So as bad as I want to keep this and try to cover it and see if I can get zucchini throughout the winter, I don't know. I may or may not get rid of this because it's just so big. And my other plants need sunlight. Look at the bay leaf plant, guys. It's thriving and I'm scared it's going to die. So I'm going to have to look and do some research on bay leaf to see if it actually can take the winter. Up here, guys, I pulled out a lot of this stuff because it was like, had a lot of bugs and stuff on it. But as you guys can see, my lacinato kale destroyed. My one beans, a lot of the foliage died because it's cold. Maybe two dragon tongues on here. That's it. So I'll just take these off. No point, but they got it. This has to come out. As you guys can see, it's still growing mushrooms, which I'm really not happy with. Lots of Swiss chard, but the leaves aren't getting literally substantially big at all. This is giant noble spinach, and I literally got one spinach. So I don't know what is going on, people. I really don't. Bell pepper, getting a lot of more bell pepper plants on, little baby bell peppers on here, but this needs to be overwintered for next year. Right here, I have a jalapeno. The jalapeno did not produce that well. I probably got maybe 5 jalapenos. They're pretty big, but it just wasn't worth the effort. This is more giant noble spinach. As you can see, nothing has grown. Right here we have the cabbage Nero. Something ate that. It's gone. My hyssop is doing absolutely amazing. So I'm going to be cutting some of this down and drying that down to put also in smudge blends. Hyssop is very purifying, is very cleansing. So I'll probably make some smudge bundles with hyssop and lavender, which is very common. Down here, mustard greens. Been in here forever, eaten alive. Right here, mustard, more mustard greens, gone. Like, if this is not discouraging, this is very discouraging, guys. But then you come over here, and you see this mess, and then you say, oh, wow, I actually have something to pick. So Mother Nature is never going to let you down. You're going to have something. It's just that I'm really, really struggling with it's a pest problem. I'm just not really able to get down to. I like to half cut it so it don't hit the ground, guys, and then I'll just use my nail to get the rest of it off. If it wants to come off. This is one of my favorite plants that I've grown that I've never grown before, which is the Ichiban. Very, very productive. Sometimes you got to twist. This is what happens when you're a one-person film studio. My boyfriend's not home to film this for me, so I'm going to have to struggle to try to get him off. And there you go. He has a hole in him, so I don't know how safe this is going to be. But I will cut him open and inspect him and see what's up with him. Down here, guys, we have some more mustard fleur-de-lis. Doing a little bit better, but it's really not enough action. Right here, I have some more broccoli rabe. Not that much action. I'm thinking it's time to take this Ichiban eggplant out. I do see another flower thing there, but I'm really trying to push it. And what you don't want to do is try to push your garden into something and waste time trying to push something that's not supposed to be alive anyway. But look how big that this Ichiban has gotten in a one green stalk hole, guys. So green stalk is the truth. You could fit a lot. Some green beans, freaking gigantic. You can tell I haven't been out here because it's like the damage is real, man. I don't know what's going on. Another green bean. I have yet to be able to get enough green beans. I think I'm planting them at the wrong time, but 2 green beans. You can see up here, there's some more broccoli rabe up there that seems like it's doing okay. I put some sweet little finger carrots in here. It says 10-3, guys, and look, there's nothing in there. So this is what I'm talking about. I don't understand what's going on. I really don't. It's discouraging, but I'm not going to give up because then you get stuff like this. Look at all of these jalapenos. I mean, not jalapenos, cayens, which I love. And don't be scared of these little dry ones. You can use those too. And I just got to go through, get all the jalapenos. I mean, I keep calling them jalapenos. Maybe it's because jalapenos used to be grown right here. But I just want to get all my cayens. I love spicy food. And the good thing is I can just throw it right in the basket because they look different than the other ones. And they're coming right off. So these are like all the peppers. Cayens, they come off the plant way more easily. And I'm literally taking the green, the red. I don't care anymore because I got to get this plant out of here. He needs to be overwintered. I'm shocked that he's even still producing in the temperature because peppers like heat. And I'm just going through, guys. I'm sorry I keep taking the camera off. But just look at all these peppers. They're everywhere. And I feel like, and I grew these cayens. I believe one of these was grown from seed and then 2 of them were starter plants. And what I'm starting to realize is that my plants do way better when I start them in the house. Starting seeds from outside, a lot of my seeds have been eaten by birds, insects, squirrels, everything. So you will go out and think, oh, I'll come out in 3 weeks and I'll see something. And the whole time you didn't realize they ate all your seeds the day that you put them out. So you want to be a little bit more, aware of that. It's winter, so animals are looking for food too, but a lot of them don't eat peppers. I have some little baby bell peppers. They're not that big. I could potentially leave them out here, but I don't know if I'm going to be risking, because look, the plant looks like it's dying. So I'm going to go ahead and take the little bell peppers, the little baby ones. And they actually sell baby bell peppers. You don't need to buy those. Just buy regular bell peppers and pick them early. I'm just saying. I don't know why. I just looked up and seen my boyfriend don't have the gate covered, and we have kids that come through here. So I don't know why the gate is not covered, but he's going to have to cover the gate, guys. Because look, little kids looking, they see plants, they get excited, and then they want to hop the fence and try to come in here and take stuff. So I try to keep my garden as much of a secret as I can, because you don't want to. Kids love stuff like this. They don't want to eat it, but they'll just come and destroy it. Look at this, guys. Bib lettuce, that's all that's in there. This is just ridiculous. The cabbage, Nero di Toscana, all of these were planted like 10-3, guys, and there's no action. Look, another celery, doing great. But how much celery does one person need? The only lacinato that's doing okay is right here, guys. Look, it's actually lacinato kale, aka dinosaur kale. And I'm just going to pluck off what's damaged, which happened to only be a few leaves, which I'm proud of. And I'll go in here, and of course there's mushrooms in here. So I'm definitely going to have to figure out the mushroom problem. More Swiss chard, and look, more mushrooms. This is mushroom thing is getting out of control, guys. And I don't know what to do about the situation. But besides research, that's all I can do is research. I'm thinking about contacting Garden Stalk, but I'm going to tell you one thing that I thought about that I really feel like could be the reason why I'm growing so much mushroom. I put vermiculite in here, and a lot of people who know about growing mushrooms just a little bit, you know that most people always say, if you want to grow mushrooms, grow them in vermiculite. They grow really well in vermiculite. Vermiculite and peat moss, they actually hold a lot of moisture, and that's what they need is moisture. But I thought mushrooms needed moisture and humidity. That's why I'm kind of like, okay, it's not humid. Why is this happening? But I literally pull mushrooms out on a weekly basis. I have more peppers, guys, more cayennes, and they're just falling down because they're just freaking loaded. So I'm going to go through. Who cares if I get a little bit of greenery? It's going to come off anyway. I'm probably definitely going to have to give this some away to family and friends. But another good thing, guys, as you know, check out my website, creativejourney29.com. I make a lot of body care products. And a really good thing that cayenne pepper can be used for, it's actually as a muscle rub for tight muscles, arthritis. You can actually make a cayenne pepper infused oil, and you can actually rub it on. Of course, you want to be careful. I always say if you're going to use something like that, you want to wrap the area with a rag or something so you're not just smearing hot pepper all over your house and then touch your eyes and be on fire. So I took all of them off, guys. But and that's what I love about cayenne pepper plants. You get a lot for a little bit. Like this plant is only about maybe 2.5 feet tall. It's not very woody and stocky and huge. It's okay. More lacinato kale destroyed. Okay. So a lot of the greens, lacinato, destroyed. This was the first batch that went in, so I should have had a lot. But it's destroyed. So the green stalk is not doing too well. We got lots of peppers. We have a lot of tomatoes that are going to come in. We have 13 tomatoes that we're waiting on. So, this is basically, guys, how the garden is coming along. There's really not much more for me to show you guys. There's a lot of disappointment in my heart because I did literally, came out, seeded everything, pulled stuff up. I don't really see a lot of the stuff that I grew really doing well. A few of these cabbages and stuff, they're doing okay, but I don't really see how great of a like amount I'm going to have. This was supposed to be completely packed, but the plants are growing just so slow that I know for now on, I need to make sure that I'm putting these out a little bit earlier than, or starting them indoors until they're getting a nice size, because this is just just ridiculous how much stuff I've actually planted to come out here and to really have nothing, because birds, insects, everything has just taken them. So like I told you guys, it's discouraging, but what do? You don't give up. You just go get some more seeds. That's why it's very important to collect seeds, because stuff like this happened. I used a lot of my seeds because this is the second year using the same packs of seeds. So I'm starting to run out of seeds, because you guys can see how substantial the amount of plants are. So you want to keep your seeds. That's a good thing why I said, okay, I'm going to keep these so I can grow more. So you want to really be thinking about keeping your seeds. Like my pink brandywines, I kept I think 10 or 15 seeds from that. Because I was eating the tomatoes and canning them, so I wasn't doing the seeds until like the very last minute. Like, crap, I need to save seeds. But make sure you guys, you like, you share, you subscribe, and I will be back with another video.